Hi, welcome to the Celiac Sisters. My name is Dusty, and I am here to carry you along on my journey to better health with celiac disease. I'm going to explain how I found out that I had celiac disease and all the symptoms that I had prior to becoming gluten-free, and I just want to take you along my journey. I'm going to film good days, bad days. I want to give you the real, rawness of having celiac disease. It's not all smiles and everything. There's good days, there's bad days, and I want you to understand how important it is to stay away from gluten. If you are interested and have celiac disease, or you think that you might have celiac disease, please subscribe to our channel. We're going to be making lots of videos that are going to be very helpful, and we are here to talk. We want our channel to become a place where you can come to talk if you're having a bad day. We want to interact with you, become friends. Know that you're not alone in this journey with celiac disease. This is an autoimmune disease that never goes away. All we can do is manage it by getting rid of gluten in our diets. And we are all here for each other. You're not alone. I know when I first found out that I had celiac disease, I felt totally alone and lost. And I don't want anybody to ever feel that way or feel that you're weird because you can't have gluten when everybody else at the party is eating birthday cake that isn't gluten-free. Hear me, not gluten-free. I will never touch it again. Trust me. You will never want it again. If you're new to celiac disease, right now I know it's tough, but later on, you will thank me because it will make you so sick and it's not even worth it. So to start out my journey, when I was, probably 5 or 6 years old, I was noticing that I had little bitty like bumps and stuff on my arms and like kind of, I don't really want to say a rash. It wasn't a rash, but it was like little bitty red spots. And I never knew what it was. And of course, I was born in '84, so back then celiac disease just wasn't totally well known. I mean, a little bit, but not a lot. The doctors didn't know a lot about it. And, we just never thought anything about it because the different foods that I was eating wasn't bothering me. Well, on through my life, I struggled with depression. I struggled with anxiety, with OCD, and different things like that I struggled with all the way through school. On school mornings, I knew that it was like really hard for me to get up. Well, I'm just thinking, I'm a lazy girl, whatever. Well, some days were really, really a struggle to get to school. And I missed a lot of school. I did pass all my classes and things like that. But in order to get my body going in the morning, it was really a struggle. So later on, after I graduated high school, I was about 19 years old. I started having severe anxiety to the point to where I couldn't leave my house. My body hurt so bad, I literally thought I was dying. Just every joint in my body hurt. All my muscles got extremely sore, just severe chest pains, all sorts of reactions like that. And I didn't know what was wrong, so my doctor checked me for lupus, Lyme's disease, all sorts of. So all my blood work always came back normal. Everybody was telling me, all my doctors, it's just anxiety. That's all it is. This is symptoms of anxiety. This is why you feel the way that you do. Anxiety can make your chest hurt. It's just a response to anxiety. So I was like, okay. They put me on anxiety medication. The anxiety medication did not help at all. Like, at all. In fact, it actually made everything worse. Well, for a while, I didn't leave my house. I would cry all the time. I couldn't sleep because my anxiety was so bad. And my body just hurt. I thought I was dying, honestly. It was horrible. As the years went on, I was just like, this is my life now, It just kept getting worse and worse. Finally, I went to another doctor, and they had told me that they thought that I had a condition called fibromyalgia. And they were doing that because I was tender in like my pressure point. Years went on and I just kept feeling bad. I couldn't hold a job because my body would get too exhausted. I started just like feeling like I was going downhill like more and more, and nothing was making me feel any better at all. And the doctors really had me believing that it was all in my head. Like I was just mentally messed up and they didn't know what was wrong with me. It was February before last. I ended up catching influenza A, and then I was very sick for about 2 weeks with that, which is totally normal whenever you get a bad strain of the flu. Well, a week after that, I thought I was getting a little bit better, and I was like, okay, I'm beating this, whatever. I'm really weak, but I wasn't feeling well. So I started feeling extremely sick again. Went back to the doctor. Turns out I had A strain flu again, the same strain that I shouldn't have got that quick because my body didn't build the antibodies to fight that same strain of flu again. So I had A strain back to back twice in 1 month. I was so weak. It took, oh my gosh, probably 2 to 3 months to get my energy level back. And that point, and I will insert some pictures on the screen. Yeah, it's always this eye that swells almost shut, and this side of my face, from my cheek to my mouth, goes numb. And it was really scaring me because I knew that I was having difficulty swallowing. My tongue always felt poofy, and I was like, something's going on. Well, me, because it's just how I am, I was scared that it was, cancer or MS or something, because I was never familiar with allergies. I had never been tested for allergies. I didn't know what that was exactly. When I thought of an allergic reaction, I thought of you can't breathe or you collapse on the floor and you have to have an EpiPen, like right off. I didn't understand all allergies. So I went back to the doctor. It was just getting so bad that I couldn't handle it anymore. And my doctor was like, something's wrong. You keep staying sick. You caught the flu twice. You're so run down. Your eye is swollen. Your face is numb. Your tongue feels tingly. Getting worse and worse, like I said. And finally, at 33 years old, a doctor pulled me aside and said, you have been sick so much that I'm going to check your food allergies. It turns out that I was allergic to pretty much everything that I was eating that I had no clue about, because like I said, I thought that an allergic reaction was you can't breathe, your throat shuts, and you need an EpiPen. I was like, oh my God, I was totally freaking out. He's like, right now you've got to stop gluten and you've got to stop the wheat, the wheat, the rye, the barley, because that's gluten. And I felt totally lost. So he's like, try that for 2 weeks and then come back. I get home and I'm just like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm allergic to everything that I've always ate. I don't know what to do. So I was eating, the few foods that I wasn't allergic to, and I kept on feeling bad. I was just like, something's not right. It's just not right. I'm supposedly, in my blood work, I'm not allergic to that food that I'm eating, but it's making me feel bad. My face is still swelling and everything. I go back to the doctor and I'm like, something's not right. And he goes, it can take a while for the gluten to flush through your body. And you could feel bad up to 6 months. It just all depends. And it was explained to me that gluten is like glue that stays in your body. I kept on going and I started losing a lot of weight because of my diet and because I quit gluten. I didn't realize that gluten can cause you to lose weight. I'm guessing it can make it go both ways. You can either gain weight or lose weight. In my case, I lost a lot of weight. I am almost a year gluten-free now. Very proud of myself. Kept on going on, probably a month or so. Still wasn't feeling good. I was so weak. I thought I was dying. I was like, something's not right. I was still eating. My eye was still swelling. My cheek was still swelling. It had gotten so intense that I could not handle it. And whenever I quit gluten and all those allergies that I had, it seemed like the littlest piece of whatever that allergy was made it so much worse on me. Like corn is one of my major allergies, and corn starch, any type of corn, being around corn made me very sick. It swelled my throat, not shut, but swelled it enough to where I had like a bad case of strep throat. It was horrible. So I went back. I can't eat these foods. It's making me, it's worse. My whole condition is worse since I stopped. At this point, I decided to join a celiac group on Facebook, and they helped me a little bit. It didn't take the swelling and everything away, but they did help me. I learned things to look for in foods. You know, like, I had no idea gluten was hidden in makeup and my lotions and perfumes and, you know, laundry detergents, nail polish. I can go on and on. Gluten is hidden everywhere. Same as corn. Corn is probably even harder than gluten. There's more corn and stuff than there is gluten. It just blows my mind, honestly. I joined the celiac group and they helped me along. You know, I was going through and I was like, okay, I'm going to get this kind of beef. I'm going to get this. Is it okay? And they would help me, and I would actually post pictures of the actual meat that I was buying with the ingredients, and they would help me along. So I went back to my doctor because I just wasn't feeling 100% yet. And according to the doctor, I should have been feeling a lot better 2 to 3 months in for sure. And I could not tell a difference, other than feeling like I was starving to death on the diet that I was on. I went back in and they gave me this powder called GlutatShield, and it's supposedly supposed to help heal your intestines from gluten damage and help build the villi back up in our intestines, which is our immune system. So I tried that, and of course I started having reactions to the GlutatShield, and I couldn't take it. My doctor gave me vitamins, no gluten in them, but I was having reactions to the vitamins that she was giving me. At this point, I had an emergency steroid that I took with me. Actually, I still currently take the steroid with me everywhere I go. It's in my purse. It's not an EpiPen. It's just a steroid, but it works almost the same as an EpiPen. And I carry that with me everywhere that I go in case of an emergency. So I would call my doctor off and on after I would eat. It got to the point that I was afraid to eat because I always felt weird every time that I ate something, and I didn't want to feel that way anymore. I felt like I'd lost my life, really. I felt that it had slipped out from under me because it didn't matter if I ate the food that I tested positive for an allergy with or if I didn't eat it. I was reacting to something, and I even reacted to the foods that I wasn't supposedly allergic to in my blood test. And I was totally lost, very scared, because I didn't understand what was going on. At this point, I had lost a lot of weight, and I was about 170, 175, and altogether, I've lost over 60 pounds going gluten-free. And this is actually a really good thing now, but at this point that I met in my story, it wasn't a good thing. So I thought. It is a good thing. It had got to the point where I'd lost too much weight in a short amount of time, and I was getting very concerned and worried that something else was going on, which that's a normal fear that somebody would have whenever they're feeling so sick and doctors can't say, hey, it's this or hey, it's that, because at this point I had not been diagnosed with celiac disease. I had just been told that I had a gluten allergy. So I went back and saw my doctor. She was getting very, very concerned because of the amount of weight that I had lost. Pretty much in a nice way, she told me, I don't know what to do with you. I don't understand what's going on. You've cut the gluten, you've cut the allergies. There's no reason why you are still reacting the way that you are. I don't understand why you're reacting to all the foods. I don't know what's going on. So, just pretty much a big question mark. Like, she didn't know what to do with me, which really had me afraid and hurt my feelings at the same time, because I had a lot of faith in my doctor. You know, I was like, you told me I had these allergies, and I expected her to push me in the right direction to get me well. At this point, I had pretty much given up. I wasn't wanting to eat anymore. I was tired of feeling sick. I just really didn't know where my life was headed. And I was watching a YouTube video one night, and actually this is what got me to want to put this video out on YouTube, hoping that I can reach hundreds, thousands of people to help them along their journey. I came across this girl on YouTube, and she had a similar situation going on that I currently do still, and she introduced me to NATE treatments. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with NATE treatments. It's holistic medicine is what I would like to call it. It's not medication. It's not anything like that. I was very scared to try it because I have always been the type to go to the doctor, take medicine, take the vitamins, all of that. And so this was a really big step for me. And at this time I was like, is there any way that this can really work? You know, I didn't know. I just knew that I had no other choice but to try, because the way my body was declining so quickly that it was either that or death, honestly. I was about to die. My body was starting to shut down. And my doctor wasn't able to help me. You know, I was reacting to the vitamins, reacting to the medicines. And so I had no choice but to try it. So what I did was I looked up a NATE practitioner on the internet, and you just type in, you know, your zip code, and it will pop up all the practitioners or whatever all around your area. And I chose the number one NATE practitioner in my area that actually trained with the lady that invented NATE allergy treatment. I made my appointment. It took about a month to get in because she was that busy. And when I went in, she took my blood pressure, all of that stuff, and she re-allergy tested me. Now, she did not allergy test me with a blood test or the needles in the skin. You actually put your hand on this machine and it reads your body, which sounds weird. I know some of you are going to think, this is crazy. Just trust me. It works. Turns out, everything that my doctor had tested in the blood work, there was tons more things that I was allergic to. Reason why I was allergic to the vitamins that I was taking, the Gluta Shield, everything on there while I was reacting was because I'm allergic to all vitamins. I'm allergic to all citrus. I'm allergic to all seafood. I was allergic to everything that my doctor was telling me was okay for me to eat because it showed okay on my blood work, when in reality it was not. It was making me sicker. Even though I didn't have the gluten, all the rest of the foods were making me sick as well. At this point I was like, oh my goodness, because I'm not the girl normally that goes for needles, and like I said, I'm not a naturopath. I wasn't one. So I was afraid. You know, she was really, really sweet. She got me calmed down and everything. Turns out you use a glass vial, and you can also look up NATE treatments on YouTube, and it will show the process of how it's done. I don't have to explain it all, but there's no medication involved. I went to my first treatment and she balanced me, and you can either get acupuncture needles after your treatment or you don't have to. I chose to get the acupuncture needles in my treatments, but like I said, you don't have to. This is the book, actually. And I know I'm in my car, sorry. Hold on. Let me get this. This is the book. And I know it's probably backwards in this camera, and I'm sorry. I got this book in my first visit to Amanda. This is one of my workbooks, and you're supposed to read through this whole book. Anyways, I don't know if you can purchase this like on Amazon or whatever. I'm not sure about that because, like I said, I did get it at my first treatment. This pretty much explains everything that you do with NATE. It has to do with acupunctures, yin yang, things like that. And I just want to put the word out that this NATE treatment has saved my life, along with God and Him bringing Amanda into my life. I am healing. My intestines are healing from damage of gluten. Celiac disease is an autoimmune disease in which our bodies think that gluten, which is a protein in wheat, rye, and barley, is a foreign invader that attacks our organs when we ingest it. Our immune system makes antibodies, which attacks an enzyme in our intestines, which are called transgluten antibodies. And when we ingest gluten, it's like they go crazy. I don't know another way to explain it because they get mixed up. And then in order to fight, because they don't know that we shouldn't have to fight gluten, it starts attacking organs. It can be our villi, it can be, our stomachs, or any organ in our body can be attacked with each glutening that we get. And each reaction whenever we ingest gluten is different, but each one breaks our immune system down even more and takes forever to heal our bodies. So when I first started getting my NATE treatments, it took a little bit of time, of course. I mean, it wasn't like the first treatment and I was a lot better. It wasn't like that, but I could feel it working even after the first treatment. Now I have had NATE treatments for, oh goodness, probably 6 months maybe now, something like that. Anyways, this is gonna sound gross, but hey, we're talking celiac disease, so let's get real here. I don't have diarrhea every time I eat anymore. I don't have to constantly run to the bathroom. I used to have a fatty stool, and that's where whenever you go to the bathroom, your floats instead of sinks, which is a very bad sign that I did not know about. It is now normal, thank God, to NATE treatments. I am very happy to say that my body is now absorbing nutrients. All I can say is just, if you are struggling like I was, please look up NATE treatments and at least try it. I don't know if it'll work for everybody, but it's worth a try. It really is. I'm now getting my foods back. I can eat sauerkraut now. I can eat avocados. I can eat bananas. I just recently got cheese back in my diet. Oh my God, I've missed cheese so much. I can now eat chicken. And like I said, I'm not even near done with my NATE treatments and I'm already getting well. My skin tone is 100% better already. My cheeks don't stay just blood red like I'm massively sunburned every day. My eyes are clear again. I've lost weight. I feel so much healthier. I finally have energy again, to where before, oh my God, I could not do anything. I was so exhausted. I mean, I would struggle just to keep my eyes open before my NATE treatments. I feel like I'm getting my life back. I'm getting back into dancing. I'm thinking about starting choir again. Just so much stuff that I had to give my life away when doctors were like, well, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know what's wrong with you. It's celiac disease, and my body is finally healing because of NATE treatments. And I am so blessed and so thankful that God has brought Amanda into my life. I don't know what I would do without her right now, because I don't know. I'm scared to really even think that, because I don't believe that I would be alive today if I would have just stayed with my regular doctor. But even though I feel so much better and I can tell that my body is healing, anybody that has celiac disease, because it's an autoimmune disease, we're going to have good days and bad days, regardless if we've had gluten or not. And it's just the autoimmune disease. If you get stressed out, you will feel like you've had a celiac flare up. And I mean, it's something we're going to deal with our whole life, and that's okay. It's really okay. And we have to learn that it's okay. We have to accept it, because it is. It's okay. And we have to learn not to be afraid of it. We have to learn to accept having celiac disease. It's a part of us. It really is. We have to learn that it is a part of us, and it's okay. It really is. We can manage this and somehow get through it together. I am going to wrap up the video here, because I know this video is very, very long, and I'm sorry, but there's tons and tons to talk about with celiac disease, and I will upload plenty more videos. Like I said, the good days, the bad days. I plan on vlogging a lot and uploading to this channel. So is Carissa, and please watch her videos as well. And yeah, please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel, because we would love to become friends with you, especially if you do have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. Please subscribe to our channel and give our videos a thumbs up. And please leave a heart down below if you watched all the way till the end, because I really do appreciate it. I'm putting this info out there to help people, hopefully. I hope I can reach a lot of people that feel hopeless like I felt hopeless for so long. Also, please go and watch Carissa's video, because she uploaded a very good one. Actually, she uploaded first on this channel, which I'm very happy. It took me a minute to get my content out, but Carissa's got me covered. My beautiful best friend. And yeah, please go give her video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel, like I said. And I can't wait to post more videos. Love you guys.